Hello students, welcome to the video lectures of speech and natural language processing. So today we will discuss about syntactic analysis in natural language processing. So what is syntactic analysis and what are the key aspects of syntactic analysis? Why we need this? Let us try to understand in this video lecture. So first, let us read the definition of this. Syntactic analysis, also called parsing, is the process of analyzing the grammatical structure of a sentence. It determines the relationship between words in a sentence, and organizes them in a structure, often a parse tree, according to the rules of grammar. It is a fundamental step in natural language processing to understand the syntactic structure of text. So following are the key aspects of syntactic analysis in LLP. First one is grammar, second is parse tree, third is syntactic constituents, fourth is dependency parsing. Now, introduction to context-free grammars. A context-free grammar is a formal grammar that consists of a set of production rules used to generate all possible strings in a language. The term context-free refers to the fact that each production rule can be applied regardless of the context in which a non-terminal appears. Following are the key components of a context-free grammar. First one is non-terminal, mentioned as variables. Then is terminals. Then we have production rules. Then it's start symbol. We denote it with S. So what are non-terminals? These represent syntactic categories. Examples: noun phrase, verb phrase, and sentences. So NP is noun phrase, VP is verb phrase, S is for sentence. Which can be, whenever we talk about non-terminals, in particular with the grammar, these will have some definitions and these will have some rules where we can replace them with some other as well. Coming to terminals, these are the actual symbols or words from the language that are part of the language alphabet. Examples are dog, barks, etc. Which means for the terminals, there cannot be a replacement. These are standard. Then we talk about production rules. These define how symbols can be replaced by other symbols. Each rule has the form. Here you can see there is a production rule called A implies alpha, where A is a non-terminal and alpha is a string of non-terminals and terminals. For example, the sentence is defined as, NP and VP, that is non-phrase and verb phrase. And these are non-terminals. Hence, these are non-terminals. We have these non-terminals are again defined here. You can see a verb phrase is it can be a verb, then followed by a noun phrase. A noun phrase has a determinant and followed by a noun. Then it's about start symbol. So this is a special non-terminal which is denoted by S. Here it is printed as triple S, but consider single S, from which the derivation begins. So now let us try to understand this with few examples. So now we have derived a rule that a sentence has a noun phrase and a verb phrase, where these noun phrase and verb phrase are on the right hand side, which are non-terminals, and again divided and again defined here. That is, a noun phrase has a determinant and a noun, where a verb phrase will have a verb and a noun phrase. Now the determinants are the or a, where noun can be chosen from the given sentence: cat, dog, boy, whereas V is for verb phrase. Now, the sentence generation part we'll see. We already have a grammar with us. We have defined here. Now you see the sentence. As I mentioned you earlier, it starts with the root node, that is start with yes. So we are applying the rule, that is S is NPVP, which means noun phrase and verb phrase. Now expanding the noun phrase. So expanding the noun phrase is a determinant and a noun. The same is written here, determinant and a noun. That is, determinant is the and noun is cat. So the noun phrase is the cat. And we are expanding the verb phrase now. verb phrase, which is part of our sentence, followed by this noun phrase. Now, verb phrase is verb followed by noun phrase, where verb is saw, noun phrase is a determinant, then a noun. That is, determinant is a and the noun is dog. So, whereas now verb phrase is saw a dog. So, the final sentence, what it becomes is the cat saw a dog. Now, if you observe here, in the given grammar, we have nouns which are cat, dog, and boy, and verbs are chased and saw. Now, we are following the grammar where sentence implies noun phrase and verb phrase, and we expanded noun phrase and verb phrase. Final sentence is the cat saw a dog. Then, let us try to understand with another example. Then, a sentence is a noun phrase and a verb phrase, where noun phrase is having a determinant and n, where verb phrase is verb phrase conjunction with verb phrase again. That means including the two verb phrases. Conjunction is and or but, and we are trying to make the coordination here, if you observe. Determinant is the or a. Now let's look at the sentence generation. It all starts with yes, and we are applying the rule that is S, which stands for the sentence, is noun phrase and verb phrase. So we are again expanding the noun phrase, which is already given here, determinant and noun. Determinant is the, dog is noun. So the noun phrase is the dog. And we are expanding the verb phrase, that is verb phrase in conjunction with VP, where verb is runs and is conjunction, and we again another verb is gems. So the verb phrase it becomes runs and gems. So the final sentence is the dog runs and gems. So by following this rule, we have considered this grammar and generated this sentence. Hope you understood now. Then we talk about parse tree. A parse tree is also known as syntax tree, is a tree structure that represent the syntactic structure of a sentence according to a given grammar. Each node in the tree represents a non-terminal, and each leaf represents a terminal symbol, that is, words of the sentence. So how the structure of a parse tree exists? So the root is labeled with the start symbol, which is often called as a yes, and the internal nodes represent non-terminals and are labeled with the corresponding non-terminal symbol. The leaves represent the words or terminals of the sentence. Let us try to look at an example and we derive we draw a parse tree for that example, then we can understand it easily. Now see, the dog chases the cat is the example sentence which is considered, and the parse tree would look like this. We already discussed, it starts with this, and you can see the grammar, you can see the parse tree. There is noun phrase and a verb phrase, again, which is determined here with a determinant and a noun. Verb phrase is verb and noun phrase, where the sentence which is given, the dog chases the cat, falls under these categories. Determinant, the is a determinant, and the dog is a noun, and where chases is a verb, and determinant is the, and noun is cat. Now, there's a simple explanation of the previous tree. The root is labeled yes, representing the sentence. The left subtree is labeled noun phrase, which breaks down further into determiner and noun. If you observe, it is break down into determinant and noun. Then the right subtree is labeled VP, verb phrase, which breaks down into verb and another noun phrase. So that is verb phrase is another breakdown into verb and noun phrase. Each of these non-terminals is further expanded according to the context-free grammar. And finally, the terminal, that is the actual words of the sentence, appear at the leaves. You can see here, the dog chases the cat. This is what the final sentence. Hope you have understood, students. Thank you.